actually slipping to two lines and not quite bump drafting, but certainly a little bit of slipstream going on, and diving to the inside there as they turn. Monday, second place below that. Still coming through the first lap. Astonishingly, James Matthews' car then goes through the 4 lengths of the party, completing the first lap. Second place is the 326 hashtag best car. That's in hand of Chris Etheridge, 326 is. Yes, Chris Etheridge, then Philip House, Austin Monday in third and fourth place. It's 566. The pole position car, McDonald's Racing. Silverstone Rubio is in fifth place, having dropped quite a long way back from pole position, but just saying Alistair plenty of time to correct that. In sixth place is car 319, the Trojan Motorsport of Chris Freeman, and then it's Mark Hope next up in the Cat DT entry, car 466. He's in seventh place, and then another car making good progress on the first lap is car 415. That is the hardcore model maker's car, John Ardis. Actually, it's not his Mike Graham, who's in that car. So Mike Graham has made good progress, actually, up to eighth place. Down at Stowe.
Yes, through Stowe now, on their way to club, and still this very comfortable lead, given the early stage of the race for the 310 car, which is being driven by James Matthews, and Etheridge in second place. That sort of second group, just counting them through club, there's about 12, I think, in that second group, but nobody really fallen off the back. Obviously there is a last car, but it's quite close to a group of cars, so the rest of the field, apart from the leader, oh no, there is one. Now let's see who this is. Is there a problem for, in this very early stage of the race, for 419 it is, that's coming through quite late. That's the Team Brit entry for, who's in that one? I don't know, I haven't got a screen that goes that far, but who's in 419?
Yvonne.
Right, well, she is either in trouble or is learning, because she's much slower than the rest of the field. But what I was about to say was the rest of the field is still very tightly bunched.
Indeed, yes, and good to see that they're all still up there, and that 61 Citroen C1s can be prepared to that extent for the first round of the season. Could well be that there are a number of drivers having their first ever race here. It would be almost unlikely if there wasn't somebody in their first race. The Citroen C1 Endurance Series, an excellent place to make your debut. Scientific exposure to the team, but you are here racing driver championship. Sort of a nice there, the side of they were still actually a wild car, so they went on to the safety direction, made quite a good Mario, started technically driving, and Alison made those everybody knows it's through. Made the space though, so quite a good Mario car up to 7 space as a result of that. This house has moved up to the second place car, Silverstone Rubio also moved up a couple of places, he's now third. So James Matthews still leads the way. J.W. Bird, Philip House is second in 347. Silverstone Rubio, as I say, up to third. Then it's Chris Freeman in the 319 Trojan car, and that's all because Hash Blessed, Chris Etheridge, has dropped down a few places to fifth place. You get Mike Graham in the hardcore bookmakers car, that's moved up to sixth. Another car on the move, as I had described it, the 392 entry for Alistair May, the Quattro Formaggio entry, and he goes through in Quattro Formaggio is in seventh. Auto Farm 521 with the Anthony Wilds car. Anthony is down in 8th place. Leaders on the Hangar Straight, in fact, they're already past you, Alistair.
There in Club Corner, and the lead was taken in Stowe by Philip House, a former VW racer, and a few other things since, but he's been out and about racing for many, many years. I think a multiple champion in the early 2000s. So lots of experience, and he's taken the lead in the JW Bird Motorsport 347 car. The previous leader, Matthews, in the Polo Rosso car was mugged by that one and by, I think it was, yes it was, the red car of Silverstone Rubio, who also got through. But those three have pulled away from the next group, but we do now have a battle for the lead as opposed to a car all on its own. And they're just going through the loop now, and it's still Philip House leading from Polo Rosso, James Matthews in second place, and then in third place the Rubio Tools racing car.
Yes, Mac Tools and Silverstone Rubio setting the fastest lap of the race so far on that previous lap, 3 minutes 0.711. We're just counting down to when we see the fastest lap reduced to under 3 minutes. We had a few cars lapping under 3 minutes in qualifying this morning, not many, but one or two did, and we'll keep our eyes on that one to see when we under 3 minutes. I'll run very wide because we're at 508 when it's the second place. That's Monday Philip House set for the last lap, 3 minutes 0.44, so how to change for you is the lead by 10 minutes for 7 minutes, 45.93. Right, James Matthews brings on second place, and third place, 53 Matthews, fourth, Focus Car 319, Mike Graham, in yards for motivators, 415, being picked up in fifth. Chris Etheridge is in the 326 hashtag blessed car, and then it's Anthony Wiles in seventh, still with the 521, I should say still, because he's put himself ahead now of the Quattro Formaggio car, which did him on the previous lap. Anthony Wiles getting that position back then from Alistair May, and then it's Mark Owen with the Cat DT car. Leaders coming down to Stowe again.
Yes, they are, and good little battle going on. They just throw the cars in. I'm not sure they brake.
No, it's down a gear and throw it in.
Yeah, scrub the speed off a bit. And then the one that's broken away from the main pack is the 319 Trojan Motorsport, the first of their few cars. That one started by, is it Chris Freeman? Yes, Chris Freeman at the wheel of 319. Now, whether he can close up on the three leaders, wait and see, but he's going through club now. The three leaders still being Philip House out front, James Matthews and Silverstone Rubio, 347, 310 and 566. And then the rest are still getting cars coming through. One or two of them, as it's fairly dull down this end of the circuit, and you can see that some of them have got those lights on the top of the aerials that we talked about this morning, Paul, which is presumably for ease of identification in the night racing, as we have a spin. Where is that? That's up by you, isn't it? No, it's club by me. Yes, okay, just out of my sight.
It's 409, it was the BBC tuning car, who had the spin coming into the corner and then took a little while to do a three-point turn in the middle of the road, caught out one of the drivers who was following, who kind of was heading to go one way and then suddenly realised what was going on in front of him, decided he had to go the other way around the car, so it was a neat bit of avoidance. But the 409 got going again eventually, having had a slight movement bouncing over the curbs. Duffield, we're on the fourth lap of the race, and the lap of the race, three cars racing away from the rest of the pack. Still House, James Matthews, Silverstone Rubio, holding sway ahead of everybody else, on his own, below the fourth, 319.3. Then there's another bit of a gap ahead, the long train of Citroen, kind of one of those things that we're pulling out of the dump. There, like this, actually is the passion less car, the 326. What we've got down from that, 5:58. Trying to jump plates and that's Alan Preble in 5:58. He's up to 9th place, and also moving up into 10th place is 4:55, which is Harry Newman Oakley in the Oakley Motorsport car. So that's your top 10 at the moment. Leaders down at the Stoke order.
Yes, just out of interest, that 558 Greg Rose Alan Preble car is the one that went into the gravel right at the very beginning of qualifying, so they've done well to get back up to 9th from that incident. And the leader's going into club now. It's still Philip House who leads, but right close behind who we got now. Sylvain Rubio gets through on the...
Well, we've got a car off on its side, Alistair, somewhere. I'm not sure where around the circuit it is. And it's, I think it's hashtag blessed, actually.
Yeah, we can see that on the screen. It's the Chris Etheridge car, driver out of the car, pleased to say. Not unusual to see a car on his side, I have to say, in Citroen C1 racing. They've got a fairly high centre of gravity, and yes, thanks for telling us that, John. But yeah, the car quickly put back onto all four wheels, and nothing to stop them at this early stage. Once they, as long as it's rolling nicely and all the suspension still attached, to tow it to a place of safety, they'll bring it back to the garage, and if the blessed team want to get on with it and fix the car, they'll be able to continue their racing. And may well see them, because they were running, as you said, fairly well up the field. They were in 5th place. What we didn't actually see was where that car had come off. I think it might have been Cops even. I'm sure if you would have seen it go past you anyway, Alistair. But the leading group on the start, on the Hanger Straight again, then on Wellington Straight on, they're coming back towards me on the 5th lap, as the lead still being held by Philip House, and behind him is the all-red car of Maximus Racing entry, although Rubio and the red white very dark. Place, then in 5th place, and car involved on the road. And so that elevates for Mario of 392. Alistair May up to 5th place, then Mike Graham up to 6th, and Harry Newman Oakley up to 7th place, then in 455. Anthony Wiles not able to take advantage because he was overtaken. I just wonder if perhaps rolled at all makes it close enough to the Ash car. So Anthony Wiles anyway, 8th place. Leader's already been gone past you, Alistair.
Just right in front of me, as you say that. Philip House now suddenly has a very large lead of 5 car lengths, 10 car lengths for these cars. Yes, don't know where that happened, but suddenly he's out in front. 2nd place is Sylvain Rubio in the Mac Tools Racing. 3rd is the early leader Scuderia Polo Rosso, James Matthews, right behind Rubio. But in front of Rubio is quite a large gap, probably I'd say as much as 5 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds. So somewhere around the track, Phil House was able to eke out that lead. Meantime, the traffic jam as you're waiting to come out of the junction is going past me. Still pretty much nose to tail all the way. In groups now, there's various groups, but all having a lot of fun, I imagine. And just going back on a point you made earlier on when I said about the slow car in the back, probably the first race, and you said yes, probably got a lot of drivers. Absolutely, yeah, this is a great entry level for people to come into racing, isn't it? With some of the cars run by teams and almost an arrive and drive situation.
Yes, and as I say, it's certainly not expensive to go racing in this format of racing, as the ash-blessed car gets towed away, and I'm sure they are going to have the wherewithal to get that one restarted. But certainly the 24 hours, you see cars where it's certainly worth working on them over a period of time to get them going. Also, cars on their race cars using body panels will
I don't know whether you've seen it, but they are so waiting for the car to come back, because I think they know they've got a lot of work to do.
Yes, they know that. So I think it really depends on what you use to go right as well. Otherwise, you may still get up the race.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Anyway, they're on their 7th lap now, the race leaders. We had 18 and a half minutes of the race for that, so they weren't allowed to pick up the pit. But the pit lane allowed to make pit stop. You see that they made 3 of them over the course of the race. Some of the pit stops they were getting to the end of the race, but there was only silver they make the pit house. That's the second, and now it's having himself well, 2.2 seconds is the margin over Silverstone Video in third place, and James Matthews in third. I think they're down with you at the moment.
Yeah, just turning into Stowe Corner now. Philip House comes through. I think the gap between him and the other two is slightly less than when they left me last time. So it may be that Silverstone Rubio, who's just ahead of James Matthews in the second and third places, might be just able to close back in on Phil.
Was it the gravel right into that?
Meantime, the fourth place car comes